What's that hiding in the corner? Okay.
Don't forget to record yourself.
Record myself?
Yeah,
right there. Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you. So, hello everybody, and thank y'all for for being here. Really, 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 really appreciate it. I can't tell y'all enough because my grade depends on this.
You want
Today, I'm going to be doing, basically going to be sharing some information with y'all about a very controversial topic. It's a topic that's it's come to be very controversial over the past couple decades, and that topic is global warming. In relation to global warming, there's three particular things that I'm going to be talking about. The first being what the basis of global warming is. The second being argument one. Again, I said it's a controversial topic. So usually when it's a controversial topic, there's people who are over here at this side end of the spectrum, how they feel about that particular topic, and then you have people who have a total opposite opinion or a total different opinion regarding how they feel about it. And argument one basically, in a nutshell, states that us as humans, our behavior, the things we do, have a huge impact on global warming. And the second argument pretty much says that it's more of a natural phenomenon. It's something that occurs naturally. And what we do as humans doesn't really have a huge, it impacts it, but not on as huge of a basis as argument one says it does. So, according to Merriam-Webster, global warming refers to a temperature increase in the Earth's atmosphere and oceans that's caused by pollution and greenhouse gases, which to me that pretty much aligns with argument one, which says that us as humans, we have a lot to do with global warming because we are the ones that pollute the Earth, basically. Which leads us to the actual basis, which I kind of alluded to earlier, which says that mankind has significantly contributed to and still is contributing to global warming. So, how does mankind contribute? We contribute by doing things such as burning fossil fuels. That takes place most of the time, or I guess on a more extreme scale, in industrial processes. When you're riding down the road or riding down the highway and you see all the smog and stuff coming out of the top of it, the industrial buildings, that's what they're doing. They're burning fossil fuels. Also in the form of deforestation, or cutting down our trees. The things that absorb the carbon dioxide for us. So it's basically causing more of an accumulation of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, there's 4 main greenhouse gases. Those gases are, 1, carbon dioxide. Methane is the second one. The third one is nitrous oxide, which is also, I don't know if you all are familiar with nitrous oxide, but that's the stuff when you go to the dentist, it's laughing gas. That's what nitrous oxide is. But it's also a greenhouse gas and fluorinated gases, which can come in many forms, but it's basically gaseous forms of the element fluorine. Of the 4, carbon dioxide is given the most credit for global warming. According to National Geographic, other greenhouse gases can hold more heat compared to carbon dioxide, which means they can be or could be more detrimental to our atmosphere because they're capable of holding more heat, but they're not released into the atmosphere in as large in concentrations as large as carbon dioxide is. So essentially, carbon dioxide is the gas that gets the most credit for global warming based on argument one. So how do greenhouse gases affect global warming? Again, according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, they basically accumulate as we expend them, and they form a blanket around the Earth. And this blanket, just like the blanket that we use to keep us warm at night, when that blanket is formed around the Earth, it pretty much keeps the heat, it traps the heat. around the Earth, which causes the Earth to warm. The average temperature of the Earth to gradually warm, which results in things like I mentioned earlier, like rising acid levels in the ocean and polar ice caps melting and rising sea levels. According to Argument 2 in Wall Street Journal, it basically says a large number of distinguished scientists do not agree with Argument 1. So in 2003, there was an article published by Dr. Chris DeFreitas. And he basically concluded that recent warming is not unusual based on the climate change history, which is basically what I just stated. In Washington Times, there's an article called Global Warming Myth by Patrick J. Michaels of Cato Institute, who basically said the same thing. There's a natural fluctuation in the temperatures of the Earth's oceans. And these temperature fluctuations will temporarily offset the global warming attributed to carbon dioxide. 70% of the Earth is covered by water, is covered by oceans. So in essence, anything that happens with the ocean has a huge impact on us and the Earth, because if the temperatures of the oceans change, then it's going to cause our temperatures to change, because 70% of the Earth is covered by water. The Atlantic and Pacific temperatures can get stuck for a decade or more in either a warm or cool stage, and apparently last decade it was in a warm stage, so that's why we had that drastic bout of global warming, and now it's coming back to a cool stage, and we're kind of been having some more steady temperatures. And we've been relying on computer models to project future effects, but who makes those computer models? We do, humans. And when you're dealing with humans, there's always room for error, because we're human, right? So if all variables are not considered, these models are not reliable. And based on recent findings, according to the scientists who support Argument 2, these models have not been reliable, because global warming is pretty much coming to a halt. Now, with all that being said, neither argument really disputes global warming. The dispute is really over what factors contribute to global warming. Argument 1 says that humans, we need to change our behaviors, because we're causing all this pollution and all these greenhouse gases, and it's causing the Earth to warm at a more rapid pace, which essentially over time is going to affect us, and it could be detrimental. Argument 2 says that our behaviors as humans is not a huge impact on global warming. It's something that would occur naturally anyhow. But I'm not here to persuade you either way. I'm only here to provide objective information, and I hope that at this point everybody is a little bit more informed about global warming, or what it's based on. And I also hope that you understand why the topic is so hot nowadays. So does anyone have a different point of view now, or maybe a different impression of what global warming is? No one? Okay. Well, thank you all for being here again. Thank you for listening. And